All right, it's time for the paper review now. Let's take you through some of the headlines across the papers now. We have joining us the CEO of CKN News, Kehinde Nwandu. Chris, good morning.
Thank you, John.
Nice to see you. Yeah, exactly.
God is
All right,
Friday.
exactly. You know, Azizat has been happy every time. Anytime it's Friday,
Thank God it's Friday.
All right, let's begin with the Sun newspaper now. The Daily Sun is reporting Army, police impound dangerous weapons. Soldiers intercept 3 trucks with 300,000 live cartridges. This is dangerous.
It is.
Elections are coming, and we're seeing, and you can see the pictures of the cartridges displayed on page 5 of the newspaper this morning.
Yes, just as rightly mentioned, election is here. The gladiators are ready to arm their boys to do the dirty jobs. Not only that, then this is also part of fueling the crisis that is ongoing presently in various parts of the country, especially in the north, central, and the northeast, where the herdsmen and cattle rustlers and the rest of them are having a so it is good that our security agents should be very much at alert.
Yes,
now.
but then it seems that this shouldn't even be the cause of the major worry. It should be the ones that, you know, escaped the grasp of security operatives.
That is exactly. Yes, for everyone that, for every container or for every truck that was intercepted, you can be rest assured that over 10 or 20 or 100 must have passed through other borders. You know, Nigeria has one of the most porous borders across the globe. With so many places, probably these ones came through means and through information and the security agents, but that's the tip-off from some people. But you can rest assured that all that means through which they've been bringing in these things. And so, as we move towards recently, the police asked everybody that has firearms to return their firearms. I knew that wasn't going to solve the problem.
It's a mop-up.
That is a mop-up. Those are the legitimate. Most of them are not. Those are the
but
legitimate ones.
Those
Those are the legitimate ones.
If you have the license, you can
Yes,
keep
that is
yours.
what I'm saying.
But
So,
all illegal,
all the
other
legal
arms.
ones, those illegal arms, most of those people that have those arms won't return them. You can be rest assured. They can either hide them somewhere and rest of them
And
waiting
how
to
many
get them.
will
How many will
No,
leave
but it's good. It's good one way, at least for the face value of it. For people who have illegal arms to return them to the police. That's for that. If you see it objectively, it's okay.
And
or
that's
someone
what
would say it's
some people
okay.
are saying that for someone that got a firearm illegally, how forthcoming would that person be?
Yeah, it's more like.
But most of the arms they've recovered are from those means.
It's a kind of amnesty, sort of.
Exactly. No, it's even amnesty.
It's more like an amnesty,
it's
sort
amnesty.
of that. But I can tell you that so many people that have those arms will return them for obvious reasons.
But I think anyone who should have
But
arms,
whoever arms should be able to
have the
return it
license.
and get it licensed properly, so that the police can keep a record of those who have it. Yes.
All right,
Yes,
let's move on now. Buhari signs not too young to run bill into law. This is a great achievement in the. At least it's been in the works for quite some time.
Yes, a great achievement. It's commendable. But I have my pessimism about this because, yes, my pessimism rises from the fact. Okay, let's even start. Our almighty lawmakers, the senators, refuse to reduce theirs. Without the governor, I don't know the reason they refuse to reduce it from 35 years. They reduced that of the governor's president from 40 to 35.
Yes.
Commendable. But don't forget the president also had a caveat. Please don't worry. Not for now. Don't go. Just let's finish the 2019 and the rest of it. But the most important aspect of it is that how many major political parties will allow a 35-year-old person to fly their flag? I'm talking about the
but
PDP,
in all of
the
this,
BDC,
it's not about. We've been talking when they were talking about affronting female 35% affirmative action.
Okay.
We're saying it's not about come and take it.
Yeah.
The youth shouldn't even expect to say, okay, we are now giving this space for the youth, a 35-year-old or a 40-year-old to come and... No, that's not the issue. You should organize yourself enough. Now you have the law backing you up. Go and put yourself together, put your home together, and come.
In fact, when the law was just for 40 years spec'd, how many young Nigerians?
Exactly. So the law making the provision is one thing. The practical ability and capacity of the young people to organize themselves for it is another thing.
Absolutely.
As far as I'm concerned, it's not an age factor. Politics is about money. And the guys that have the money determines who take the major seats. Okay? We should be talking of capacity building, at least for the youths. How do we empower them to be able to have enough resources to be able to go into elective offices? To contest for mayor councillorship, you know what it entails?
Absolutely.
To now contest for governor, local government chairman, House of Assembly, State House of Assembly.
So
and
the
rest
youths
of them.
have to work
It's
harder.
have to work harder.
youths have
That
to
is
work
just
harder.
it's
That's
not
just
about
what
the
it
age.
is.
Nasir
Yeah.
El-Rufai already
Yes,
said it, really.
yes.
That
We
you
have to-
can't
yes.
wait for power to
No,
be
Yes,
given.
yes.
Nobody
You can't.
will relinquish
Nobody.
power.
We have to
Nobody's
move
ready
on
do
now.
that. Yes.
Court remands ex-governor Ramalan Yero, ex-minister, in custody, the former governor of Kaduna State. Then TS tributes for Punch chairman Aboderi. This is really sad.
Very, very sad.
Well, we heard that yesterday.
Yes, very sad one. For the governors, I think I will start commending EFCC. We are asking for convictions, and we are not getting convictions. Jolly Hame was recently sentenced to
14
years
years.
without any
Former
option.
governor of Taraba State.
Taraba State, you know, and this is coming. Then I think we should start commending. But the problem we've always had is, I don't think the problem we've always had is that of EFCC most often than EFCC has its hands. The courts are the issues. Okay,
But there is still so much concern that these convictions are skewed.
There's no
That is what
question-
Nigerians are
there's
saying.
no question about that.
The
You
point
know,
there
it's
is
a- yes,
there are
it's
still
a-
there are still so
yes,
many people
yes, it is.
who are in the ruling party
Yes.
who have one
You know
case
the,
against
you know
them.
the ones we use politically motivated. That has,
And then people
yes,
wonder.
but I think without taking anything away from what they are doing, I think we should start from somewhere.
Okay.
But for people to be able to take seriously, this must cut across party lines.
Yes.
And that is it.
Okay.
And that is what has to happen.
All
So
right.
just as you are prosecuting those of opposition, there's also some people within your own
So it
party.
has to be across
In fact, there are some.
But it's a good thing.
in
It's a good thing INEC is saying that anyone who has a corruption case against him or her in any court will not be allowed to stand in the next election. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, they
Let-
say
let-
that.
let
They
us-
say
let
that,
us
but-
hope-
It still
no,
comes
let us
down,
hope- let
it
us
still comes
hope-
down to which political party those
Mike,
people with the cases
Mike,
belong to.
Mike,
Ah,
let's
no,
be
no,
careful.
let-
No, Mike,
INEC
let's be careful.
is a neutral umpire.
No, let's be careful.
Yes.
If someone is not convicted, I'm not a lawyer. Well, if I'm not convicted of any crime, the mere fact that I have a case in court doesn't stop me
Doesn't
from
stop-
coming.
according to the
So
law.
they should be able to check that law properly.
Until proven guilty.
That is what
Absolutely.
that is what INEC said. So let us wait until that
Let's
time
wait.
comes.
Absolutely, because INEC is just an electoral body.
It is.
Okay, so we go to another newspaper. That's the New Telegraph. Major story here: ex-governor Jonathan's minister sent to prison over 800 million naira. Yero's supporters hold prison official hostage. Security operatives fire gunshots to disperse protesters. That story we just talked about. You can see pictures of them, on the front page of the paper. So we go to the top of the major story here. On the left, 2019, don't run for presidency. Buhari begs youth. It seems to be, I don't want to say counterproductive, really. You're given a people power, but you're telling them, please don't wield that power yet. Does that work?
Yeah, no, what the president tries to make the youth look very important is cutting. Yes, that's what politics is all about. What he's trying to do is cut you. It's just to make the youth, we the youth.
Now everybody is a
Man,
young
we the
person.
youth.
No, I like that.
You
With
know,
the youth, exactly.
You want to make us look like, guys, I know you have the political power. You have
Yes.
the
So it's
Can
make-
you just
make them
let
feel
me-
important.
Very, very important. Can you just, it's a subtle way of campaigning. Just support me for 2019. Don't worry. After that,
Just as women are very important
Very, very
now.
important.
Exactly.
All right.
All of a sudden, women became
Very,
so
very
important.
Very important. Very
I see.
important.
Okay, yeah, Johese suspense strike directs members to resume work. Cherry news there. Buhari, Kalu Saraki, Tinubu, media, others, Mon Punch chairman Aboderi. Then we go down the paper. Ex-VC, Unilag prof in sex scandal. Dawn, she's a blackmailer, once demanded 400,000 naira from me. We will probe allegations, says varsity management. Now, I saw this online when the lady posted pictures of the prof and was, made so many pleas to the public to help her stop what the man was allegedly doing to her and other young people. Now, this is coming the backdrop of that.
Yeah.
But no, shedding more light to it. What is happening? What is allegedly happening in almost all tertiary institutions?
That's what our tertiary institution has turned into. That's what they've turned it into. It's not new. It's been happening. That is, in the olden days, they said the reward of the teacher is in heaven. Most of the teachers now want to have their rewards not only in heaven, but also want to have it on earth. Don't forget, one is ongoing. We have an ongoing investigation at Ile-Ife. That is what's practically going on across board. Okay, the so-called prof said the lady made a 400,000 naira demand for what?
Exactly.
If I don't have anything against you, don't have anything, will I make a demand of you? Will I blackmail you? And some of the pictures or whatever, so we saw the man, I don't want to, it's not something we'll have to start discussing here.
It's all right. We'll let's allow the management to come up with the investigation and
come up with the
get to hear what they have to say. Is that all from the Telegraph?
Absolutely.
Okay, we have to run through the Vanguard now. Insubordination, cause of rising insecurity. National Security Advisor to the president is saying that. And anytime any of them makes this kind of statement, you should take it seriously. There are some writers there says service chiefs not cooperating. Fingers CDF, the Chief of Defense Staff, the DG DSS, adds that he has reported them to the president, says no central coordination of security apparatus, complaints about police, seeks review of NSA Act. How disturbing, how really disturbing can this be?
For that to have hit the front page of a newspaper, you must know that this is very, very deep. And you know, we've been saying it all over and all over again, that there seems to be some kind of problem here and there between the service, the security agencies. There is no coordination. And the NSA is supposed to be the arrowhead,
the umbrella,
umbrella to read this thing. And apart from that, we expected the president by now to have changed the service chiefs. And that's what happened when you have people that have become so embroiled on their seats and the rest of them, they become tin gods, okay? And that in itself, apart from that, security and intelligence sharing becomes a problem. There is no security outfit in the world that does not share security intelligence among themselves. Because when we decide to do your own thing and the rest of them, and you're hiding from me, and you're having that. So those information...
Because all of the intelligence to what aim at the end of the day?
Particular
exactly. What objective?
That is the objective.
And this statement really should be looked into carefully. Insubordination, cause of rising insecurity.
Insubordination in military is mutiny.
Exactly.
That's mutiny. Okay, if you are saying if a boss is accusing his lieutenants of insubordination in military time, that is mutiny. Now, what you are trying to say is that they don't take orders from us. And
obviously Nigerians are paying the price.
Yes, that is why we're having all the problem. Well, don't forget Mike, before I land, don't forget, are you just even Mr. President himself said it. He said he sent the IG of police somewhere. Only for him to
send him to Benue.
So who
but
is
what did he do?
What
did he do? What did he do?
So he's the president and said, who is the NSA?
But in all of this, I think the ball falls back to the president. Because when there's an insubordination, it means there's someone higher that you feel you can get your powers or backbone from.
Definitely.
But one disturbing thing there is Nigerians have been complaining. There were comments sometime that most of the service chiefs come from a certain region of the country, which others feel there should be some level of cohesion, there should be some level of bond, there should be some level of understanding from that perspective. But with this headline now, it seems it's counterproductive in the first
good
place.
enough. The NSA is also from that part of the country, so
good enough.
That's a good enough.
Good enough.
Good enough. Yes, so now it's a win-win situation. But what the NSA has come out to say is a very, very, very,
it's a
very
disturbing
statement, and the president
must
move in now.
Must move in.
He must move. He's not should.
What did he do on the IGP's insubordination?
We've said that.
Let's wait and see what will happen.
So let's see what the president will say now.
All right, we have to. That's all now.
Okay, so we go to the next paper. That's This Day. Major story. Buhari signs not too young to run bill. Charges youths to leave their mark. Beginning for youth's inclusion, says Saraki. Ekweremadu hails National Assembly for delivering on promise. PDP claims credit. Now they are claiming credit. They say success has so many relatives. All right,
so we started.
Exactly.
So we go to the top of the paper. NNPC gets presidential approval to review PSC agreements. Presidency, APC to hold further talks with NPDP members on Monday. party. Saraki's case not part of discussion. Tinubu's reconciliation panel making progress, says Ajimobi. The APC is still in crisis.
APC,
Will they be able to mend fences?
Yeah, they've not even been able to mend fences among their members for the last state congresses and local government. There's still there is problem everywhere within all the states. I think about 28
And there are fears the National Convention.
About 28
states
states had the parallel conventions and the rest of them. So reconciling those ones, and you know that is why some of them within the party have always said that let us just leave these things. Let's finish the election in 2019 before, because they knew that there's going to be crisis. You know, there's going to be kind of what those that are going to the last straw will be the National Convention. Once they heard that, those that want to port, quote and unquote, we port. Some already have made up their mind. Some cannot enter their states because of their governors. Some senators are having serious issue with their governors. Some governors, like the one in Imo State, is already having. He doesn't even have the party machinery under his.
They've swept it off.
So there's a swept it off
away.
So it's
Absolutely.
a big problem.
All right. U.S. Congress expresses concern over killings by herdsmen, urges Buhari to speak out. Khan worries about fate of Christians should Buhari get second term.
Well, the U.S. president told our president categorically when he visited the U.S. that you must stop the killing of Christians. That was the caveat.
But then the cost should be of Nigerians.
Because of this thing.
So, exactly. Yes. Because it's not just Christians that are killed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what he said.
Yeah.
But it's Nigerians that are being killed.
Exactly.
Not only Christians, because if you go to other states, Zamfara and the rest of them, Muslims are being killed. It's not just about any particular religion or the rest of them.
Okay, let's move to the Nation newspaper now. Buhari to youth, resume your campaign after 2019. Yes. New law cuts age limit for president to 35 years. Okay. And then we have alleged 700 million naira fraud, ex-governor Ramalan Yero, others charged. The police fire shots to disperse protesters, accused remanded in prison. Now, just take one thing from here. Yeah. A lot of people have said that Nigerians themselves sometimes are the bigger problem. When you are accusing someone of corruption and then the agencies are moving against the person, those who feel he's our son, he's our leader, you know, they all come out to say, no, leave our son alone or leave our leader alone. Or all of these things, at the end of the day, they still complain Nigeria is corrupt.
That's why I say corruption fighting back. Okay. Most of them, don't forget that most of those people coming out to support them are people that's feeding,
people who are benefiting
from them. Yeah. So they are party agents, they are people over the years that have been living across board from them and the rest of it. So the tendency for them, it's natural, sincerely it's natural. It will only make sense to me if an ex-governor of Kaduna State is being taken to court and some people from Imo State, where I come from, come and say, oh, please leave him. That is only when it makes sense to me. You understand? That means the guy is cut across and whatever is being accused of, you understand that?
Yeah,
but if it continues coming from the parties of other, you remember what happened to the former Shekarau? Yes. What happened in Kanu? All his supporters and the rest of them were there. In fact, they wanted to make sure that he was not taken away and the rest of them. So it's politics.
He also happened in Delta State.
So it happened in so many other states.
All right, that's the Nation now.
All right, so we go to the last paper, and from the masthead, you know that the Punch is mourning at the moment, from red to black. Buhari, Saraki, others mourn Wale Aboderin, CEO of the Punch newspaper. It's sad death really for journalists across the world.
He's a personal friend. Very nice guy, fantastic guy.
Okay, may he rest in peace.
It's just unfortunate.
Yes. 2019, EFCC asks banks for corrupt customers list. Will the EFCC get it? Will the banks release
the banks.
Chris, this one you're calling the banks. There's so much in this statement you're making.
There's so many things we can't even say. You represent the bank. I said 3 times the bank. Let's just leave it at that.
Exactly. Wisdom is profitable. Okay, presidents to youths, wait till after 2019 to contest presidency. Up here, health workers slam FG, suspend 43-day strike. Court recognizes Ladiran as Ladoke Akintola's son. Buhari's comment to National Assembly members and presidential Melaye is finding his voice again.
Yeah, he's back.
He's
He's
late.
back.
Limping though.
He's back to the house.
Yeah, I think if I were my brother, he should just pipe down now. Okay, there's
Reps,
so much to be done.
Okay, Reps rejects
so,
e-voting, outlaw manual accreditation. We won't pay VAT again from June the 14th. That's airline operators. They're talking. PIGP suffers a setback as National Assembly reworks bill. And then the last one, battered wife stabs husband to death in Lagos.
Yes, that was a terrible
Product
one.
of domestic
You
violence
know,
again.
in
She
the
said
past,
she was doing it in self-defense.
in the past few weeks, a lot of this thing is happening. There's a lot of problem happening. Wives, now, it used to be men stabbing their wives and killing their wives. Now the women are the ones doing it now. Look at what happened to the lawyer, the female lawyer.
Yeah.
Look at the one that happened in Ibadan. Look at the one that happened yesterday.
Very sad. All right, we'll have to.
Domestic violence.
Yes, we have
It's
to
just
wrap it at this
unfortunate.
time because of course, of time running against us. Chris Kehinde Nwandu, CEO of CKN News. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your weekend.
Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. Thank you.